In this week's episode, we will explore the history and significance of one of the largest state capitals in the United States. Today, we will be exploring the beautiful Carson City, Nevada. Carson City was founded in 1858 as a community, 7 years after the first settlement of Eagle Station. Its original founder, John C. Fremont, and his exploration crew during the 1843-1844 expeditions were the first frontiersmen to arrive in what is now known as Eagle Valley. In January of 1843, Fremont hired frontiersman and scout Christopher Kit Carson to lead them on their journey westward up the Carson Valley across the Carson Pass in the chilly Sierra winter. During their expedition, Fremont named the Carson River after their scout, Kit Carson. Eagle Station, founded in 1851, was a trading post and a rest stop for immigrants traveling across the California Trail. Abraham Curry, a businessman and entrepreneur, came to the Carson Valley in 1858 with fellow businessmen and attorneys and purchased about 1,000 acres of land in the Eagle Valley. Curry and his partners had the land surveyed for development of a community. Abraham Curry then set aside 10 acres for a capital to be established there. In 1861, Territorial Governor James W. Nye designated Carson City as the capital seat and territorial capital for Ormsby County. Abraham Curry built the Warm Springs Hotel around 1860 and loaned it to the territorial legislature as a meeting hall. In 1862, Curry leased a portion of the hotel to the Nevada Territory as a temporary holding for criminals. And in 1864, the state of Nevada purchased the whole property for use as a prison, and Abraham Curry served as the first prison warden for Warm Springs. President Lincoln signed the proclamation that made Nevada a state on October 31, 1864. At the Constitutional Convention, Carson City was selected as the state capital. The Comstock Lode brought work and settlers into the region. Carson City became a freight and transport center and a center point for the timber harvest coming down from the Lake Tahoe Basin. The U.S. Mint, a currency-producing bureau, operated in Carson City during the 1870s through 1893. Today, the Mint is now the location of the Nevada State Museum. Immigrants gathered into the Carson Valley, many from China, to find work with the railroad. In 1880, about 1,000 Chinese immigrants were in the Carson City. It is said that there were 1 for every 5 Caucasians. In 1872, the local railroad company, Virginia and Truckee Railroad, extended their rails north to Reno, and by 1874, the Comstock Lode, nearing its peak production, had 36 trains a day pass through Carson City. The Southern Pacific Railroad built a branch line of rails connecting with the Carson and Colorado Railroad, bypassing the Virginia and Truckee Railroad altogether, causing population declines in Carson City. Most of the tracks in Carson City were torn up in 1950. By 1930, the Carson City's population fell to about 1,500. 1/4 of what the population was 50 years ago in 1880. Carson City advertised itself as America's smallest state capital. By 1960, Carson's population levels rose to 5,163 and tripled to 15,468 in 1970. Today, Carson City's population reaches 58,639. April 1st of 1969, Ormsby County merged to become a part of Carson City to bring together government services. State legislature issued a revised city charter that merged the two into the consolidated municipality of Carson City. Carson City is treated as a county equivalent for census purposes. In 1991, Carson City adopted a downtown master plan, specifying no building within 500 feet of the Capitol would surpass it in height. The height of the state capitol building is 112 feet tall. Ormsby House, completed in 1972, is the tallest house in downtown Carson City, reaching 117 feet. Today, Carson City has something for everybody. If you love history, you can travel a Kit Carson Trail through downtown Carson and visit many of the buildings that have left historical, cultural marks in Carson City. You could visit the Ferris House, home to the inventor of the Ferris wheel, or the home of Mark Twain's brother. We're in Carson City at the Nevada State Museum, location of the original U.S. Mint. There are many different exhibits in the Nevada State Museum. Nevada's geological history, our wildlife history, marine life, and even Nevada's mining history. The Nevada State Museum is a great place to go to learn more of Nevada's history. Carson City has many hiking and biking trails if you enjoy the outdoors. You can take the Mexican Ditch Trail, which is an easy walking trail or biking trail in downtown Carson, or hike a beautiful waterfall trail tucked behind the city. There is still so much more worth exploring in this city that I couldn't fit into this video, but I hope it was enough to spark an interest in wanting to plan a visit in Carson City, Nevada. Thank you for coming along with me in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a like and subscribe to see what videos I post next. And remember, with a little bit of history, you can discover a whole new story.